Back everybody to the Georgia State Panthers dynasty, and if you didn't watch the last episode, you need to watch it because this is the off season. We're going to be finishing up. We're going to be doing the whole off season today. It's going to be a good one. We're going to start off here with our records. Carl Davis is the new rushing record holder with 10. Previous record was 9. He holds the passing yard record with 351. He did 3,000, sorry. He now has 3,000. He's broke the record by 900 yards. The new passing yard in a career record is Carl Davis with 4,388, beating the record by 1,700 yards, and he still has another season of eligibility. He has the most passing touchdowns in a career by 7, and he has another year of eligibility, as I said. Lee Spence is the record holder with catches. That was his last game. Cedric Fernando has 15 sacks. He broke the record for single season. And he has the school record with 16 sacks in a career, 6 more than the record. He's leaving. Chris Reese broke the record for picks with 1, and it was only a freshman redshirt. So that was awesome. A bunch of awards for us. We did win our bowl game. We're going to check out what happened with all the other bowl games. Scott's 26-0 skunked by Arizona. Wow. San Jose State lost. Kind of was expecting that. I just went for them because they're my boys. South Carolina pulled off the upset. UTEP lost to SMU. Okay. UL Lafayette, they won. I mean, we all expected this. San Diego State beat Utah. That was a shootout. But they were 12-1, so you got to expect that. Louisiana Tech beat Utah State. Guess that. Ohio. Wow, they knocked off Cincinnati bad. That was interesting. Army barely beat Eastern Michigan in the Military Bowl. Kansas State rolled over Oregon State, and Kansas State wasn't ranked. Oregon State was. Florida State barely beats out BYU, so that prediction was wrong. Louisville beat Virginia. I expected this. Michigan got beat by Baylor. Okay. FIU beat Boise. Interesting. I predicted UCF beating Washington, but I didn't expect it to be that close. They ended up being number 7. Interesting. And UCLA, 35th. No, my bad. They won 35-20. And Texas Tech lost to Iowa. I expected that. Maryland beat Mississippi State, so I was wrong there. 51-3. Wow. USC had to prove something, apparently. Kentucky beat ECU. I saw that coming. Virginia Tech beat Arkansas. I saw that coming. Clemson beat Purdue. I saw that one coming. Wisconsin destroyed Tennessee. Saw that one. Ole Miss 1-8. Probably an ESPN classic against Ole Miss. Florida beat Michigan State. Interesting. Texas beat Oregon. I expect that to end that way. Oklahoma lost to Texas A&M. Okay. Wow, UConn upset Alabama. Wow. So they're not the only team that upset somebody. Virginia Tech beat Indiana by 3. Interesting. TCU beat Auburn. Nice. We beat Miami in a close game. You need to watch that one. Arkansas State obviously beat Toledo. And then Ohio State won 51-35 over Notre Dame with a perfect season. Awesome. Season stats here. The punter, 21 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. That was a trick play. I think we ran that against UAB, but I don't remember. Eddie Turner, he came in for some games. We were blowing out teams. 3 for 5, 28 yards, and a touchdown. Carl Davis, 3,051 yards, 15 touchdowns, 12 picks. Need to bring the picks down, bring the touchdowns up. Scott Johnson, 1 for 4, 23 yards and a touchdown and interception. And Jason Leach, the halfback, 1 for 2 and 11 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. Rushing, Carl led us with a lot. He had 676 yards. Williams had 437. Weatherford almost had 400. Leach had 63. Tolbert had 55 with 4 rushing touchdowns. Eddie Turner, the rest of these guys didn't do a whole lot. Our leading yards per carry guy was Eddie Turner with 9, then Joe Jacques, then Scott Johnson, odd, and then Josh Weatherford, who averaged 6.5 a carry. Wow. Our rushing touchdown leader, Carl Davis, so he had 25 total touchdowns this year. 8 for Eric Williams, 7 for Weatherford, 4 for Tolbert, 3 for Leach, and 1 for Stephen Washington. Receiving, Lee Spence had 800 yards, 41 catches, 2 touchdowns. Ken Franklin, 37 catches, 739 yards, 4 touchdowns. Scott Johnson, 34, 366, 3 touchdowns. Joe Jock, 23, 463 touchdowns. He's a senior. He'll be leaving. Eric Williams, 18 for 115 and a touchdown. The rest of these guys, except for Mark Johnson, 14 for 304 and a touchdown. Rest just did their job. Ken Franklin had the most touchdowns. Stephen Washington with 3. Joe Jock with 3. Lee Spence with 2. Weatherford with 1. Mark Johnson with 1. Maurice Carr with 1. Lamont Inman off his 1 catch, which was ridiculous. He's 6'6", 270. What a monster. And Eric Williams with 1. Blocking, we only gave up 10 sacks, and we had 11 pancakes. So that's really good. Chris Reese led us with 55 tackles, 6 TFLs, a sack, and 5 picks. And a pick 6, 2 deflections, 2 forced fumbles, and a defensive touchdown. Eric Lowe had 46. I don't think he had a touchdown. He had 45 solo, only had 1 assisted, 3 TFLs, no sacks, a pick, a deflection, a forced fumble, no defensive touchdowns. Our only 2 defensive touchdowns were by Chris Reese and Skylar Holmes. They were both pick 6s. David Tate had 43 tackles, 4 TFLs, no sacks, no picks, 1 deflection, no forced fumbles. Ryan Anderson had 40 tackles. David Tate's a junior, so he'll be back next year. 40 tackles, no TFLs, no sacks, 2 picks, 2 deflections, 2 fumble recoveries. Skylar Holmes had 35 tackles, 8 TFLs, 2 sacks, 1 pick, and deflection, and a pick 6. Cedric Fernando, who was probably defensive MVP, 35 tackles, 22 TFLs, like that's ridiculous, and 15 sacks. No picks, no deflections, no forced fumbles. Charles Rice, 28 tackles, a TFL, no sacks, a pick, 0 deflections, and a forced fumble. Jason Webb, 29 tackles, 11 TFLs, 4 sacks, 1 deflection, 1 fumble recovery. Brothers had 27 tackles, no TFLs, no sacks, 2 picks. He had 7 pass deflections. He had a lot of deflections. Marvin Thompson, I hate this guy. 27 tackles, 1 pick, 3 deflections, 1 fumble recovery, but he just played trash. Brandon Weber, 26 tackles, 9 TFLs, 6 sacks, 1 deflection, 1 forced fumble. That was in the last game of the season against Miami. Corey White, 18 tackles, 7 TFLs, 3 sacks, no picks, no deflections, no forced fumbles or fumble recoveries. 17 tackles for Alex Johnson, 4 TFLs, 1 deflection. And the rest of these dudes, Bruce Hopkins, he had that kick 6. So he had 14 tackles, no TFLs, no sacks, 4 deflections. Or is that deflections? Yeah, it's deflections. He had no picks. Brock Horn, he didn't play much. Stanford Mitchell. Maurice Carr had to make some tackles off some picks. Derek Davis, Joe Jock, Edwin Richardson, Mark Johnson, Mark Wilson. The rest of these guys, they didn't do a whole lot. They were either offense or linemen or never got to see the field, like Jason Dunn. He had a fumble recovery and no tackles. Kicking 19 for 21, 90%, which is elite. Only missed 2 extra points for a 96% percentage. Punting, we had 11 punts for 455 total yards, 2 inside the 20 and 1 touchback. Kick returns, Ken Franklin had 32, 810, no touchdowns. Bruce Hopkins had 17 for 500 and a touchdown. The rest of these are not very important. And then punt returns, 21 for 124, no touchdowns for Ken Franklin, and 1 for 6 for Joe Jock. Can sim to the true offseason. I'll see you there. Hey, so we've been offered a contract extension. 4 years extension. I'll take it. Give me that. Thank you. Alright, well, let's see who all's leaving, and we'll shed some tears. Remember some moments, probably. I'll see you there. Coaches left. I have no doubts since we played so well. OC. We have Lamont Wilkerson. Peters, Marcus something Peters. He left for a new job. And our DC, he left for a new job. We have Ryan Torres. Let's see what level these dudes are. 8 and 6. Ryan Torres has no points put in, so we'll put his points in right now. All of our players leaving. Brock Horn, don't remember this guy. Didn't play well. Cedric Fernando, he says he's graduating. I'm bringing him to the NFL, just so you know. Our punter, Edwin Richardson, he's leaving. He was just a punter. Jason Webb's leaving. Kurt Wyatt is leaving. He never got to see the field. Brandon Weber's leaving. He made some plays. Lee Spence is leaving. I'm bringing him to the NFL. Chad Tolbert's leaving. He's going to the NFL. Terrence King's graduating. He never played. Josh Weatherford's graduating. Marvin Wright's graduating. Skylar Holmes is graduating. Joe Jock is graduating. I'm bringing him to the NFL. And Marvin Grant's graduating. And Mark Johnson's graduating. That is our graduating class. They were really good. Let me go back in here. Cedric Fernando had that 4 or 5 sack game in the first season. Not first season, the first game. Lee Spence made plays every game. So did Brandon Weber. Chad Tolbert, the GOAT. Just, that's all I have to say. Josh Weatherford was good, not great. Joe Jock made a lot of plays. So did Mark Johnson, very consistent. And then the rest of these guys, you know. The punter had some good punts. Otherwise, not great. All right, let's see who transfers. 2 wide receivers, 269s. Nice. Richard Stewart from Air Force. I guess you realized Air Force, you're not going to get to play, right? He's very slow. Not very tall. I don't want him. He's not very good. We got a Georgia receiver here. He's got some good speed. He's a freshman. He's 69. Nice. He's got decent catchings. I will take him, but that Stewart guy, no, I don't want him. He's not good. He's not a good player. On to the recruiting. Got some things to work with here. I definitely want to bring in Adam Cooper. I'm going to put $3K into him so that we can essentially guarantee him for the squad. We have 1,150 points to deal with. So I'm putting a bunch of points into him. Jermaine Holden, I really want him. So I'm going to put I'm going to put $3K into him as well. He is a need prospect. Richard Rose, I'm going to put 1,000 into him because he is a JUCO. It would be great to have him, but he's not the biggest concern. Bobby McCray, I'm putting some points into. Jeremy Dunkett, he's a JUCO. I'll give him 1,000. We got a good lead on him anyways. Ashton Overstreet, I'll give you 500. Sounds about good. There you go. Brian Simmons, we don't really need him, but we'll give him 1,000 just to vibe with that. We're going to give this guy, if he wants to come to the school, go ahead. Doesn't want to, fine. I'll give you 5 just to the chance. And then we've got these guys. Joseph Winston, I'm going to give you 1,000. And then I'm going to drop this down to 280 just so I can try to secure the fullback. There you go, 690. Nice. Let's see who all we get. Rose, he committed to Texas. We get Adam Cooper, though. We get Gabe Townsend, the quarterback. Sam Lee commits to Air Force. Jeremy Duckett commits to Texas A&M. We get Joseph Winston. That's good. Jermaine Holden goes to Georgia. Joe Smith goes to FIU. Brian Simmons goes to Texas State, and Ashton Overstreet commits to us. Bobby McCray goes to UTEP. We signed the top class in the conference and the top 25 class. Awesome. I'm glad we got Gabe Townsend, so now we have a quarterback for next season. Well, after Carl Davis decides to leave. So we had the 23rd class. Said we're top in the conference. Who had the number 1 class? Georgia, of course. Hogging all of our players. Team people, Joseph Winston, Ashton Overstreet, Gabe Townsend, Adam Cooper, Steve Jones, Fabian Arnold, Sam Lowry, who will be our starting center, Lance Allen, Jamar Taylor, Lamar Scott, Brent McClellan, Tim Hicks, the God. He'll be great for us next year. Trevor Woods, Micah Johnson, the punter, and Joe Underwood. So we have replaced some seniors with some good players. And we've got some more seniors this year, so it's going to be tough. And now position changes for our athlete, our 1 or 2 athletes that we have, and anybody else we need to move. We have 2 athletes here. This guy has 95 speed, Jamar Taylor. He's going to be good. I already know that he is a end. Actually, he's better at DT, but he doesn't really fit the DT scheme, though. We need to replace Cedric with a really good player. So we got a 74 overall receiver here. Yeah, okay. He's a receiver then. Quarterbacks. Nobody really here. Gabe Townsend's not really a scrambler. He is more of a pocket passer. But he can move. He has some mobility. But his throwing is a lot better. 89 throw power, 83 accuracy. Definitely a lot better. He's going to be a lot better than Carl. But we're going to stick with him because he is a senior. Halfbacks, we got Cornelius Mueller, who's going to improve this year because he is now not a transfer. Will Beck, who I redshirted, is 94 speed. He's going to be taking over at backup halfback unless these two improve a lot more than he does. But he has 94 speed. Trent Bowie will be the fullback this year. Our receivers are Chris Bishop, who's going to improve, Jamar Taylor, Stephen Washington, Jesse Thurman, the transfer who's not going to play, Justin Coe, Ken Franklin, Justin Brown, Trevor Woods, Lamar Scott. Some of these guys down here at the bottom are going to get cut. We got Courtney Pratt at starting tight end. He's really good. He's fast. He's got 83 speed. He's a lot faster than Lee Spence. He's a good ball carrier. Pretty good ball carrier. He's got great catching. This dude is great. Our backup is Maurice Carr, although I might start Lamont Inman. Our left tackle is Kyle Hartman. Our left guard is Overstreet. Our center is Lowry with Babbitt. Our 69, I think he was 69. No, he was 66. 69 must have graduated. He is our starting center. Charles Chambers is our starting right guard. Right tackle, we have Adam Cooper. We can move... I'm going to move Jay Harold to right guard. This is... Actually, we need a left tackle. I'm going to move... Jay Harrell's going to move to left tackle. And he's going to start there at left tackle. And we've got Joseph Winston, who's probably going to be pretty good for us. Let's see what his, finesse... Oh, yeah. Yeah, 84 finesse. Yeah, he's going to be godly for us. We got Joe Underwood. I'm going to move him to... actually, he fits DT really well. And we'll move Phil over to left end. Keep some depth there. This guy's going to get cut. So our DTs, we've got Joe Underwood, Corey White, who's a senior, Brent McClellan, Jason Dunn, and this guy's going to get cut, Jermaine Hall. Alex Johnson is a senior. He'll be our starting left. Our middle will be Tim Hicks with his 86 speed. Really, really good. He's got good catching too, so maybe we can debate, get some picks. Great hit power, not a great tackler, but he will be great for us. Chris Reese, he's backing him up, the All-American, and then the rest of these guys is 45 is going to get cut. Right outside, we've got Oliver Porter, who's a sophomore redshirt. He's going to be good for us. Our corners, our only senior is Bruce Hopkins. The rest are sophomores and juniors, but we still will have to replace the corner core soon. So I'm going to recruit some corners more than likely. Free safety, we got a senior in Eric Lowe, so I'm going to recruit safeties. Strong safety, we're fine at the moment. Ryan Anderson, we're going to have him for some years. Our kicker, we're going to have to replace him, and our new punter, Micah Johnson. Improved. Most improved player. +6 to our kicker. That's pretty good. Let's just see who improved the most. Is +6 the best we got here? +6 for Chris Kirk. Interesting. +6 to Xavier Moore. Interesting. +6 for Babbitt. So everybody improved pretty well. Let's see how did Carl improve this year? +5 overall. He's an 86 going into his senior season with 93 awareness. Wow. Did he get a little faster? Because that'd be nice. Yeah, he has 76 speed now. Still can't throw the ball a mile, but he's a little more accurate. That's good. Need accuracy. Running backs. Beck got 95 speed. He's going to be a beast. Cornelius Mueller, though, he's got faster. 96 excel. Really good back. Really going to be really useful. Fullback, Trent Bowie went up to a 70, so he'll be very useful. 80 for Chris Bishop. I think this is the guy who can't make spec catches, can he? Yeah, 51. That's terrible. How did Ken go up? 72, he has 97 speed. 78 excel. Not the most excel, but he's still a very fast guy. Courtney Pratt went up to an 84. Very, very good. Very good tight end. He is going to be amazing for us. 92 catching already. Jay Harrell's a 74. Got to see these blocking. Got to make sure he's a good blocker. Yep, really good blocker. Guard, Xavier Moore went up a lot. He should be pretty good blocker. Yep, pretty balanced. Colby Babbitt, he's not going to start, but he will be a good backup offensive lineman. Charles Chambers is 70. He's, what's his blocking? He's a good run blocker, but he's relatively balanced. Brandon Stewart, who's not going to start, but a great backup. Pretty good blocker. And Phil Chambers, neither of these guys will start. Mark Wilson might start. He is a finesse rusher, but he'll be pretty good. Corey White, his last upgrades ever. How's he looking? Pretty good power moves. Alex Johnson, his final season. Really going to be a great tackler, great hit power. He's going to be good for us. Chris Reese went up 4. I would think he would have went up more because he's an All-American. His catching is still not great. But he definitely did improve. Oliver Porter, really, really good. Improving very steadily. Charles Rice, really good. Brothers, Marvin Thompson, hopefully this will make him a lot better. Tim Smith, Bruce Hopkins went up to a 69. Nice. 2 69s. Very nice. Hopefully my corners, can they catch good? Yeah, some of them. Marvin Thompson's our best catching corner, which is sad. Eric Lowe, his final upgrades, he's going to be good. Strong safety, Ryan Anderson, he's going to be very good when he's a senior. Our kicker, Marcus Hayden. Punter is a freshman. So, we definitely improved a lot. Now we got to cut all the bums. Cut 2 players. Myron Shaw has to stay. Meyer, you're cut. You're cut. You're cut. You're cut. And you're cut. I'm making some space on my roster. Conferences, we will not be leaving our conference because we did not win it. So we will not be leaving. We got very close, but we didn't win. So we'll be staying here for 1 more year at the minimum. Here in the preseason, we're gonna redshirt. I'm gonna do recruiting on my own. I always do. Redshirting. Redshirt. I'm gonna redshirt Jason Leach. This guy, he's gonna stick on the roster. I just want to get rid of him as fast as possible. Ken, I want to keep him around. He's not gonna play. Regardless, we just gotta get rid of some of these guys here. He's just not. You know, we'll do that to that guy. So Ken will still be in the lineup. He'll still get good playing time. Fabian Arnold, he's gonna bench. Maurice Carr, yeah, we need a backup tight end. Lineman, really can't redshirt anybody. Defensive lineman, we'll redshirt Brett McClelland. Redshirt Stanford Mitchell, he can stay. The seniors will not be receiving red shirts. A lot harder than it was last year. Alright, let's see what the schedule is. Give me all your good luck. Give me something good. Come on. No cheese. C-. Okay, so you have Houston, UTSA, UMass, Georgia Tech. Okay, interesting. I'm going to make this set the location. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Bama, Bryant-Denny Stadium. Nevada, conference play. We're going to get rid of these guys, and we're going to sub in Dominion. We'll take on Old Dominion, but then we'll make it, we'll take on Connecticut. There we go. This looks like a good schedule to me. And we will save that schedule. Do recruiting. I'm going to skip to the recruiting so you know that I'm not cheating. There it is. If you guys watched the end of the video, you're the real Super Bowl MVP. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.